Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play F1 Manager 2022 with Potter's McLaren team. Right, okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a slightly different setup for a session, simply because it's 10 o'clock at night, just come back from football, and I'm going to try to get this up for you guys on Friday. Now, to be able to do that, because I've got a very busy Friday, I've got a very busy Saturday, so, you know, if this goes up on Friday, it's going to be a little bit of a bonus for yourselves watching this, because I didn't really intend to do this, but I've changed my mind because I really want to dive into the session. So this session is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to skip practice as usual, but I'm also going to skip qualifying, which will allow me to be able just to focus on the race with the editing and the rendering. The video will be a little bit shorter, which gives me more time to get it up for you guys tomorrow. So yes, we'll skip qualifying and practice, and we will resume the recording once I finish these little bits here at the race, and I'll just give you a very quick overview of what happened, if anything notable happened, and then we'll just focus today purely on the race, if you don't mind. It was either this way or no video at all. So right, so remember the last session we had to vote for some technical changes for next season. We voted for low speed cornering, so that we would, or low speed wing changes rather than the high speed wing changes. It looks like 8 other teams voted the same way that we did, and so we are indeed going to suffer low speed wing changes. We will still do some decreasing to our expertise in medium speed and even a little tinsy bit with our high speed, but it's going to mainly affect low speed. So this is also unlocked the ability for us now to do research, which is slightly different to design. Design, as I said at the outset, is for the current car, research is for the future car, but depending upon how our expertise is right now will depend upon whether we continue to design our current cars, different parts, or whether we go to research. Because if your expertise is below a certain point, it makes more sense to brush up using current design, because you get bigger bonuses to expertise if your expertise is low in a particular thing. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but it'll all become apparent. I've done a nice little spreadsheet of all of our parts expertise, which I will start to update as we add more parts to the car, but ultimately we'll see how the balance between design and research pans out when we have a slot available to use. But yeah, that research is now unlocked, so that's quite fun. Speaking of parts, our front wing, our second rendition of our front wing is going to be complete in 3 days. Not quick enough for us to use it in the Grand Prix coming up at Imola, but hopefully for the race after that we'll have 2 new front wings, and we'll see how that boosts our performance. So anyway, without further ado, I don't think there's anything else to worry about. Some of our facilities have been upgraded. The boardroom is now level 2, the weather centre's finished it now, is now level 2, the hospitality's almost done. Was there something else that we did? I can't remember, but maybe. Yeah, so some buildings finished, wing almost finished, voting done. Race weekend is just around the corner, so let's have a look. Final email breakdown of this circuit. So we'll give you the facts and figures of the tyres here and the potential strategy. So potential strategy, 1 stop. I think it's an old school track and the pit lane speed here is really slow, so the pit, I'm expecting the pit time to be quite long. Yeah, 29 seconds, quite a long pit time loss here, so that's why one stop is definitely a good option. Also quite a tricky track to pass on, so that's also a reason to 1 stop. You don't want to concede track position, so yeah. Chance of a safety car is pretty high. We've only been here a couple of seasons, I believe, and yeah, twice we've had 1 safety car deployed, and once a virtual safety car, once and none the second time. But ultimately, over 2 races, that's looking like it could well be a safety car. We've had safety cars the past couple of races, which has worked in our favour, so will it happen again? We'll have to wait to see. So we know the strategy. Compounds, the time differential between the soft and the mediums, look at that. A 1/10 of a second between the two, which clearly, given the longevity of the mediums, makes a medium tyre a grand old race tyre, because the drop-off between the two is much more significant, which means that only after a handful of laps, the mediums will be on a par pace-wise with the softs. So the softs really only a qualifying time, not a race time, and the hards only 0.3 slower than the mediums. Both tyres quite hardy because they do a lot of laps. So it's a comfortable, very comfortable one-stop strategy in this race. So there you go. Next time you see me, it'll be for race day, where I'll give you our qualifying positions. Back soon. Okay, folks, well, we're not quite done with qualifying yet because, well, there's been a bit of variable weather. There's been some rain, and the AI in this game, it must be said, this is one of the bugbears of mine, they really do not handle wet weather, variable weather, particularly well in qualifying, because they stick to the same plan, which is go out relatively early and then go out really late, you know. And if the rain comes and they haven't gone out yet, then, you know, they should go out sooner than they do at times. But anyway, to cut a long story short, because we timed it perfectly, went out before the rain came, by the time everybody else started going out, the rain was already falling, we managed to finish first and second, Q1. Charles Leclerc is getting a penalty because he knocked Perez off the track in practice 3. Max Verstappen's season, not getting off to the best of starts. Remember him crashing in Saudi Arabia? Qualifying and the race? Nil point? Yeah, he didn't really time his runs very well. He timed his runs far too late, and when he finally got out, the rain was too heavy, the track was too wet, and he couldn't get into the top 15. So the biggest name to be out in Q1 here in Imola is good old Max Verstappen. Okay, riding on board with Lando Norris for a lap here of Imola, classic circuit. A circuit with a dark history, of course. Oh, get out the way, get out the way! Oh my... That's compromised him into the Tamburello chicane. Here we go, Tamburello, not the best of corners. If you're an Ayrton Senna fan of the horrific location of the accident in '94, here is the Villeneuve chicane, which was also the place where Ratzenberger lost his life that same weekend. Up to Tosa, left-hander, third gear, and then up we go, full power, as we approach the left-hander of Piratella. So down to 6th gear for Piratella, it looks like here, as we power down the hill to Aqua Minerale, a double right-hander, and then we climb back up the hill, powering up towards the Variante Alta chicane, which is the scene where Leclerc made a faux pas in the Real 22 season. One of a couple he made that season. So down we go, coming up to the end of the lap, more traffic for Lando, the double left-hander of Rivazza, first left-hander, second left-hander, and now power to the line. Before this was brought back in 2020, this used to be a chicane that got you onto the pit straight. The scene of Mika Häkkinen's downfall, and I can't remember if it was 99 or 2000, but Mika Häkkinen was dominating the race, had qualified on pole, and at the chicane that led onto the home straight, he lost the back end, overcorrected, bang, into the wall, and Murray Walker went wild. But anyway, as we currently stand, Norris and Ricciardo, 2/100ths of a second split them. Ricciardo is on Norris's pace here today. Right, let's conserve, let's harvest, conserve and harvest.
Yep, understood.
Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too late to deploy. I could have cocked it up, we'll see.
Okay,
so full pace, Lando Norris.
The session has now finished.
Ricciardo didn't make it. We missed it by, it must have been a second or two. Okay, so that was a faux pas on my part. Potter's part, clearly, not my part, Potter's part. Norris going faster. Ricciardo is the most at risk as well. Ricciardo is the most at risk. All these guys are still waiting to cross the line. I dread to think. Yeah, Gasly's gone faster. Magnussen's on a hot lap. Where is everybody? Sonoda's on a hot lap. Schumacher, Bottas is coming down. Here we go. So Sonoda's going to cross the line first. Does he improve? No. Magnussen. Bottas. Bottas goes up to 6. Magnussen! So Norris has to find a 1/10 of a second to get into the Q3 shootout. Can he do it? Can he do it? He can! He can! He's done it again! He's eked into Q3 by the skin of his teeth for a second race in a row. And Daniel didn't get to improve his time because of a strategic faux pas. So we've got to find 2/10 to pass Russell. I doubt that's going to happen. We are going faster, but how much faster is another matter. I don't think it's 2/10 faster. Let's see. Pedal to the metal. Here we go. The line is coming. Okay, we found another 10th, but not enough. But a gallant effort from Lando Norris. He's qualified in 10th. He made Q3 for the second time in a row, and we have upgrades coming soon too. So, all in all, it's not too shabby of a situation. So there we go. This is the final grid for the Grand Prix here at Imola. So Carlos Sainz, the championship leader, looking for his 4th race victory on the spin, qualifying on pole position. Charles Leclerc qualifying second, but of course has a grid penalty for his misdemeanor in P3. Sergio Perez, the lead Red Bull, due to Verstappen's poor timed qualifying in the wet in Q1. Perez in 3rd position. Lewis Hamilton, lead Mercedes in 4th. Alonso in 5th. Bottas consistently up in the top 6. He's in 6th. Guan Yu Zhou this time qualifying close to his teammate for a change. He's in 7th. We've got Ocon in the Alpine in 8th. George Russell, a poor qualifying, down in 9th. And Lando Norris bringing up the top 10 at the bottom of that little Q3 session. But nonetheless, still a good result. And then you've got the rest in that order as you see it there. Okay, the lights are on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we're off. We're off, no messing. No long hold for that one. And Norris is already up to 9th position. He's past Russell, and he's looking pretty good. Well done. Ricciardo in 11th. I think he's made up a position too. So, yeah, that's a pretty good start for the McLaren boys. Let's take a look at that again.
Watch this.
Just got a better start. Just got a better start off the line. Up alongside Russell. And, yeah. Can't ask for more than that. Can't ask for more than that from your drivers at the start of a race. Making up a position, always a good thing. So, let's have a look at this. We've got Sainz. Where's Leclerc? Leclerc's in 6th after his penalty. And Hamilton up to 3rd position, a pretty decent start from him. Alonso's just behind, Bottas just behind that. And let's check out what's going on with our drivers, of course. So, just stuck behind Ocon, who was already falling behind. Ricciardo has passed Russell. Look at that. Well done, Danny Rick, having a great weekend. So let's have a look at this one.
Take a look now. Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
Look at that. He's powering up the hill. He's powering up the hill, and he passes. He passes the Mercedes at Piratella.
They make it look so easy.
Doesn't he just? Well done, Daniel Ricciardo.
I think it's safe to say that went down well.
What's up with him? He's shell-shocked. Absolutely shell-shocked. Right, okay, so here we go. And now we start to turn down the pushing, the things, until we get a quick look at the strategies. We've got a lot of play. The tyres are very durable, so we can... Daniel Ricciardo has passed Lando Norris now! What the hell's happening, guys? Just calm yourselves. Don't give me a heart attack now. Okay, let's take a look at this. Norris has managed to work his way back past, and we're pulling away from Russell. Russell is not having a great weekend here. He's off their pace. So is there something wrong with his car, we wonder? Not that we're complaining. But, yeah. absolutely not on it, is he? Not on it. Right, so we're in a bit of a processional type situation, but yeah, as I said, the tyres are hardy. We've got give in them. We've got a bit of play to be able to push. We don't want to push just yet. As long as we're in the DRS range of the car in front, we're happy with that. So we'll just maintain a balanced approach until something requires us to push a bit harder. But yeah, this might be a bit more heavily edited than previous races, just simply again to try to get this up for you guys. So we're already in a procession here, so we're going to cut to when the DRS opens and something happens. But as things currently stand, Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Alonso, Bottas, Leclerc, Joe, Ocon, Norris and Ricciardo is the current order. 2 cars once again in the top 10, looking pretty good.
DRS enabled, DRS enabled.
There you go. Let's see what happens when we get our first attack in the DRS zone. Back soon. Okay, so Russell is attacking Ocon on lap 4. DRS is open. Ocon doesn't have DRS on Joe. Can he make it stick here? Lando Norris trying to get past, but not on this lap. There's only one DRS zone on this circuit, and that is the home straight. So we're going to have to follow in a procession until we get another opportunity to pass him. It's going to be a tough race to pass, and I did say that, didn't I? It's a tough one, but yeah. Ocon is slipping behind Joe now. He's out of the DRS, so we are all over the back of Ocon. We have a decent race pace here, so we could do with getting past. We'll attack him on the pit straight again, but we'll have to set it up. We'll watch on board for now one more time as we give him the attack order, the push order, the deploy order early. Let's see if we can make this stick. In fact, let's just go neutral for now. What we're going to do is we're going to actually use overtake mode on this one. Give him the full power down the pit straight. Overtake mode now. There we go. This is the full power. We can't give him any more power. We can't give you any more power, Lando. Come on now. Look at this. We've got jinking left, jinking right. We're powering down the straight. Here we go. It looks like we're going to make a pass here. Giving him full attack, and Lando Norris has made it stick.
Nice job.
Nice job indeed. And now he's going to try and pull away from
McLaren gain a position.
From Ocon, if we can, so that he doesn't get the DRS back on us. But a great move there by Lando. It was a textbook move, really. We've passed him on the straight with DRS. It's not really anything too technical, but you've got to set the manoeuvre up. You've got to set it up, give him all the juice, and get yourself ready. And he did that well. And he's now putting a little bit of gap to Ocon, so not doing too badly there. Got a little bit of life in the tyre. Still got some engine mode available we can save later in the race. So yes, we shall see. We won't set this up for Ricciardo this lap if Ocon gets DRS on Lando, because it's a waste. So we'll just see. Oh, he's more than a second. The detection zone, I don't know where it is on this track. I didn't check. I think it must be just before Rivazza, surely. Somewhere round about here, I would have thought. I think it is. Yeah, it's there. There's the line. There's a line here. I'm thinking that's the DRS detection line, which means that he's over a second away, so he's not going to get it. So now it's the full mashings. Get ready. Daniel's turn now. Daniel's turn now. Full beans. Off we go. Can we make it? 2 McLarens past in 2 laps. He's a little bit further back than Lando was, but we're giving him the full beans. Coming down to the Tamburello chicane. It looks like he's going to make a pass around the outside here. Is he going to break him? Is he going to outbrake him? Yes, he is. He swoops around the outside of Tamburello chicane. And he makes it stick. Aggressive push just until we get out of the DRS range. And that's us up to 8th and 9th.
Big lift.
That is not too shabby. Right, hopefully we'll consolidate this position. Join me again when something happens. But so far, so good. Okay, we're on lap 8. Nothing's happened. We're still in this procession. Daniel Ricciardo is on the back of Lando. Ocon, we can't quite drop Ocon, but we're comfortable. We are comfortable. It looks like Russell is battling with Gasly, and Max Verstappen, of course, trying to make his way through the field, having started with he started 16th, so he's made up one position in the second fastest car on the track, proving just how difficult this track is to pass on. He's not making his way through the field. So as things currently stand, we have Carlos Sainz looking so comfortable to make it 4 wins out of 4. This man is absolutely on a great bit of momentum, isn't he? Perez 4 seconds behind, Hamilton a further 4 seconds behind, so the first 3 are quite strung out, but then you've got Alonso, you've got Leclerc not going to pass him because it looks like Alonso has DRS as well as Leclerc does, so he's kind of a little bit stuck in no man's land behind Alonso. Clearly got a faster car but can't make his way past the 2-time world champion. Joe and Bottas quite close together. And then you've got the 2 McLarens. Oh my God, what's happening here? We've got Daniel Ricciardo battling with Lando Norris, and holy cow, Potter is probably having kittens right now as they squabble over position. They're free to race, of course. We have got that second gap to walk on, but bloody hell, do you just want to calm yourself down, boys? Calm yourselves down. Right, I mean, we'll stay with this until the next DRS zone on the pit straight. We're not going to give any team orders, so if there is an incident, it's all on Potter's hands, but I think it's far too early in the season for that. Okay, so we've got Leclerc here. This is lap 11. We haven't advanced too much, but I'm just looking because Alonso has dropped out of the DRS range of Hamilton, which means that Leclerc will have a good chance here of passing Alonso right now. So we're going to ride on board with Charles Leclerc as he's looking to move into the 4th position. Here we go. Let's take a look here. Flat out. As he managed Sector 3, we have an incident. We have a lockup. He's not passing. He's not passing here.
Was that a lock-up on the track? Here's the replay.
So Latifi.
Now we see the Williams here.
Oh, it's...
There's the lock-up.
Oh dear. The area of anti-alta there. He's gone straight over it. Who needs to go on? Who needs to go around it? Just go straight over it. It's fine.
Just what happened out there?
Okay, that's fine. So Leclerc is not passing, it seems. Not passing. And Ricciardo hasn't passed Norris yet. But it is still as you were. There doesn't seem to be any changes to the order from what I last saw. And Verstappen's still struggling to get past this little DRS train here. So, yeah. Not the most exciting of races, but this is Formula 1, folks. If you're new to the sport, I mean, obviously in the game and in real life, you have some exciting races. Our first 3 races have all had a bit of drama in them and stuff, whereas, you know, you do get these kind of affairs in F1 too, where the track and the conditions and things aren't conducive to you getting past, other than in a strategy, in a pit stop strategy or something, you know, or a safety car does come out. But if there's no safety cars, it's a one-stop race and it's hard to pass on, you get these little processions, which don't make for the best of view, unfortunately, but it's the nature of the sport. So, yeah, once again, cutting to when something happens. Well, yeah, he's not going to pass. He's far too far back here. Okay, so we're on lap 18. Not much has happened, but Leclerc did manage to pass Alonso eventually. I missed it, and I've just literally missed Verstappen passing Mick Schumacher, and now we're not missing him passing Magnussen, though, so he's starting to make inroads now, is Verstappen, and he's still a threat to us, to be honest with you. So he's beginning to make his way. Russell's still having a nightmare, isn't he? There's something wrong with the car or something. He's qualified poorly, he's racing poorly. His teammate is up in 3rd position, Hamilton. He's doing a sterling job. He's got Leclerc over the back of him. Hamilton is on hard tyres, by the way. Actually, as is Leclerc, to be fair. The pace of that Ferrari is now beginning to kick in. I expect him to glide past it. The Mercedes on the pit straight will stay with this for the meantime. The reason why I have this leader view on rather than the interval right now is because I'm looking for a gap to feed my cars into. Because I'm thinking an undercut on this track would be a good option. We could maybe try to undercut Joe and Bottas if we play our cards right. But yeah, look at this. I'm expecting this to be a pass here. It looks like he's just about got his nose in front. There we go. So Leclerc up into third now and is on the hunt. His next target, Sergio Perez. How will he make inroads there? We shall check in due course. But yeah, our two drivers are still duking it out. Ricciardo is on the pace today. Normally he slips behind Norris in the race as we've seen in the past, but today he is on the same pace. If we'd have managed him better in qualifying, he would probably have qualified much closer to Norris too, but he's done well to get back at where he is. You know, quite happy with the driver pairing that we've got. They've done very well so far this season. Very happy with them both. Very similar drivers in their abilities, it seems. Yeah, bringing home some good points so far. So yes, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick look at the strategy, because we're supposed to be coming in about that 25-26, but I'm thinking a little bit of an undercut, because we've got some give and some play in the hard tyres, so we can come in early and still have a decent amount of tyre life with them. And I think, yeah, if we can find a nice bit of clean air and put those fresh hards on, we know that the hards aren't that much slower than the mediums, because we saw that, so undercutting should be a very good option here. So I think we'll bring Lando in on lap 23 a little bit early, and we'll bring Ricciardo on lap 24 if the gaps are playing ball. It's 30 seconds that we need a gap for a pit stop, and that takes us to about a minute, which will put us ahead of Latifi but behind Albon, which gives us a 5-second gap to play with, which isn't really ideal, because the undercut fails if you get stuck in traffic. So we've got to be careful where we feed out. But as we stand, we'll feed out between Albon and Latifi, and that is a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't look like it'll work out well for us, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll cut to when we get to lap 23, unless something dramatic happens before then. Oh, hang on, sector 2, we've got a yellow flag. Commentator's curse. Who is it? Anybody looking like...
Oh, did someone run wide
It's
there?
Gasly.
Let's take a closer
It's
look.
Gasly. Is he off the
Look
track?
at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved. Goodness me.
Goodness me, he's just gone off. No, he's fine, he's fine. Probably got a warning. Don't go. All four wheels went off the track there. Don't do it again, otherwise it'll be a black and white flag and then it'll be a penalty. Okay, giving both of my drivers the aggressive and the push for the next couple of laps, because we are looking to start to manage our pit strategy. So we want them to go in as quick as possible now. Start to make some inroads on Joe, pull away from Ocon, give us a bit of a buffer, and we'll see where we're going to stick them when it comes to the pit strategy. Okay, we've entered the pit window.
Is that a lockup?
Vettel
Let's
has
have a
locked
look.
up. I mean, Vettel
Taking
is
a
at the
look
back of the
again.
pack here.
It involves Sebastian
It's
Vettel and
another
this. Yes, there.
another issue at the chicane there. So yeah, we're on lap 23, but we're looking at the pit window here to see. We do want an undercut. We've got 5 seconds to gain. Now, will an undercut gain us that amount of time? Stroll's pitting, which is great because it gives us an extra gap here. We're not going to bump into Stroll. We're not going to clear Albon, though. Look at 30 seconds. If Albon pits, we go. But I'm not going to clear him. It's going to be touch and go. We need to clear Albon if we're going to undercut here. And it's looking very, very close. Yeah, I think Norris will just about clear Albon. And we've got a 5-second buffer. Vettel is on the medium, so he'll be coming in not too distant future too. So we're going to bring old Norris in here. See if we can undercut. Well, we're trying to undercut the Alfa Romeos, but it's going to be tough. But you never know. Could be possible. At least we're protecting against Ocon. So right, tyres going on. Hard tyres. As much as we can do. Weather forecast. 35% chance of rain. It's not a massive chance. So Sainz, Perez, Leclerc is still the order. Sainz is coming in the pits early. He's got plenty of gap to do so, and plenty of comfort zone. They can sip tea while they're changing the tyres. Change one at a time if you want. Hamilton, Alonso, Bottas and Joe still battling. Norris and Ricciardo still, well, semi-battling really. But Norris will be the first one in the pits out of this duo. Ricciardo will come in the lap after. And we're hoping to get ahead of Albon on this one. So let's see how that pans out for Norris. It's semi-critical that we get past, and Bottas coming in now. So we're bang on target really. Okay, so Ricciardo has passed the pit lane, and it will be his turn to coming next.
And just remind you, use the pit limiter.
Hard tyre, there we go. Right, Norris, here we go.
Alonso pitted as well.
There we go, tyres on. Decent stop. Well, here's Albon. Miles behind us. What was I panicking about? What was I panicking about? Miles behind him. He could have come in probably 2 laps early, to be honest with you. There we go. We're out. Albon is all the way down there. We could have probably come in a little bit earlier than that, but never mind. But we're out. Verstappen coming in, Gasly coming in, Vettel in the pits too. Norris, we've got a gap of 4 seconds to Bottas. Bottas obviously putting the fresh tyres on too, so we have no tyre advantage there. So, yeah. Just pushing a little bit. Back down to balanced on that one. Get the tyres warm. Looking to undercut Joe, so keep him pushing for now. Ricciardo, balanced. Ricciardo coming to the pits this lap. Here comes Perez into the pits. Quite a lot of shake-up here. We'll see how it all irons out in the wash. But here's Guan Yu Zhou in the pits, and of course Norris was looking for the undercut, but we needed at least a couple of laps on the fresher tyres. Just the 1 lap on the fresher tyres really isn't going to be anywhere near enough to get this undercut done. Not in a million years. Here comes Norris now, powering down the straight. Guan Yu, there he is. Norris nowhere to be seen. Yeah, safe as houses, mate. Safe as houses! And look at that! Ricciardo, wouldn't it have been something if Ricciardo had passed us in the pits? So, it's as we were. It's as we were, and where's Ocon?
Just be careful with this tyre.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of tyre life, to be fair. But, yeah, this is, we haven't leapfrogged the Alpha. Didn't expect it, to be honest. Verstappen is right behind us now. Clear track. We expect him to pass both of us in due course, but we still have some people that haven't pitted. Some people on hard tyres that haven't pitted. Ocon to name one, Hamilton to name another, Magnussen, Russell to name one, Mick Schumacher. So they're all to pit, and we're gaining on them because we're on fresher tyres now. So they'll be on the faster tyre towards the end, so it should balance itself out. But ultimately, as things currently stand, we're looking good for 8th and 9th, I think. But yeah, we'll skip until Verstappen's on our rear end. I have just noticed, as we are driving around at 2 speed here, that we are gaining on the Alphas, and that's because they're cooped up behind a Haas on worn tyres. So it's bringing us into play. And if we get into the DRS zone, we could be looking pretty decent. So I'm just going to give Norris a little bit of push here.
Maximum pace.
Because, yeah, look at that. The Alphas can't even get past a bloody Haas on old tyres. What's going on? And we've got the menacing sight of a Verstappen on the rear end of Ricciardo. Again, should be a pass that. We could fight this with the creative use of ERS and engine modes, and he'd find it difficult to pass because there's only one DRS zone and we could ERS defend our way out of it, but I ain't doing it for 30 laps. So we'll let him pass. I'll say let him pass, but we'll let Daniel fight him. with neutrality. Right, we are on the back of this now. They still haven't got past Mick Schumacher. What are they doing? Now this isn't good for us personally, because don't forget we need to keep on the pace. Ocon was only a couple of seconds behind us, and we don't want to get held up here, because he might leapfrog us when he comes in. Don't forget he's going to have the benefit of fresher tyres when he comes out, softer compound when he comes out. We need to make these hard tyres count when they're fresher and whilst they've got their life. And at the moment, because of the incompetence of the Alfa Romeos in passing our bloody Haas on used tyres, we're now stuck. Because we won't be able to pass these, because these are going to have DRS. Unless we do something creative. This is not good for us at all. By any stretch of the imagination. Let's see if we can orchestrate a pass here.
Stay close.
If you can't pass him, I'll pass you and I'll bloody pass him, alright? How about that? Right, come on, let's have a look. Got a bit of deployment. Let's use it. Okay, this is full mashings here for Mr. Norris. It's going to be difficult though. He's going to get DRS on his teammate ahead, and we've got DRS, so it means we don't get that benefit of the extra speed really. And it's showing. Look, we're not making anywhere near enough gains here. How that Haas is sticking ahead, I haven't got no clue. But we are going to make a lunge up the inside. We've given him. Oh, come on, Norris! Come on, come on! Make it stick! Make it stick! Come on, come on, come on! Look at this! Look at this! This is the best bit of action we've had all race, really. But we're giving Norris all the push. All the push! All the push! Come on! Come on! That's it! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Are you passed? Not yet! Not yet! We're going to be careful of this fuel. Come on! Come on! I think we've got him. I think we've got him. Have we got him?
Okay, mate. Nice work.
Yeah, we've got him. Like standard, balanced.
Position gained for Alfa Romeo.
No, no. Attack and push. We haven't got past yet. Still got the deployment open.
With a great
Still got the DRS open. This is side by side. We've got Bottas side by side with the Haas of Mick Schumacher. We've got Lando. He's passing Mick Schumacher now as well. Is it? Oh, this is all going swimmingly here. Up the inside of Bottas even.
So
We're going to have the DRS as well because we were behind the detection line. Look at this. Norris has passed 3 cars in 1 lap. Fantastic news.
Nice job, mate.
He's
Nice
got the
job.
DRS. Bottas doesn't. We're going to make a nice pull away here. And Lando Norris has leapfrogged the Alphas, who were struggling to get past the Mick Schumacher. And we're going to give Daniel Ricciardo exactly the same now, so that he gets past Norris. Let's take him down to aggressive, save, neutral. I'm sure the Alphas will get back past us eventually. They are slightly faster, it seemed to me, in race trim. But you never know. You never know. Anyway, Ricciardo's turn. He is now on the back of Verstappen. Let's see how this one fares, as we've given Ricciardo all of the juice that he needs. He's got a bit more of a tricky task than Lando did, because he's got Verstappen as well as the others. And don't forget, the others, the Alphas, have passed Mick Schumacher too. So I think Ricciardo at best is going to get past the Haas, and that's about it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to ride on board for now, as Daniel is sticking to the back of Verstappen. We're not going to give him any extra toys at the minute. I think, to be fair, the opportunity may well have passed on this one. So we just have to conserve and stick with kind of neutrality until
keep looking after the
until we've got the run on the Haas. Okay, like now, for example. So the Haas's tyres are shot to bits, surely 56%. Just make sure that we ain't gonna do our tyres too much harm. Right, Norris back to standard. And I missed it. Ricciardo getting past Mick Schumacher without the need of DRS, so he's passed him in a corner. Hopefully we'll get to see that again. I was too busy faffing around with Lando's controls. There we go. Let's have a look at this one. So Daniel Ricciardo down the inside. It looks like Tosa. And yeah, job done. Soldier on, sir. Soldier on, and let's see what we can do next. So on lap 39, not much has happened really, but it's noticeable that Bottas is closing the gap to Norris. About a tenth of a second a lap at the moment. So we might have a fight on our hands. We are, of course, gaining quickly on Magnussen, so he's literally right there. Verstappen has got past Joe, and we are, with Daniel Ricciardo, are within the DRS zone of Joe. So we might be able to make a move on him when Verstappen pulls away from him. So we'll see. Looking like something's happening here. Russell and Alonso having a battle. This is a battle for 6th at the moment. Is it much of a battle? Because Russell is on used tyres now. Yeah. Not much of a battle to be had there. But he'll have to pit and come out down the field, it seems. But Tsunoda pitting for a second time. He started on the soft tyre. One of the only drivers, or the only driver, to start on softs, which meant he had to two-stop, which is a very bizarre strategy, and clearly it has not worked out very well for him at all. But yeah, Norris
Tsunoda boxed.
Got Bottas creeping up to him. Ricciardo just about keeping in touch with Joe, but yeah, just having to manage this situation right now. Strategy's looking decent. I mean, Lando is still on course to finish with some decent tyres left. We may save him pushing for this situation here. We'll have to do some defending against Bottas. I don't want to defend for 23 laps, but I mean, if I have to, I bloody well will. We've earned this position. We will not lose it willy-nilly. Right, we need to focus on getting past Magnussen as quickly as possible, because I have a feeling that Bottas might get a little bit stuck behind Magnussen like they did Mick Schumacher, which means that we will get some clear air and be able to pass, be able to pull away a little bit. So going for push, going for attack, hoping that we might be able to get him even before a DRS zone, given that his tyres are shot to bits right now compared to ours. Here we go. This is where Daniel had pulled his move previously, but there we go, powering up here, powering up. Can we get past? Can we get past? I don't think we're passing anywhere here, so we're just going to be patient and set up a move.
Just be careful with this tyre.
Down the pit straight. Right. Yeah, this should be a done deal. This should be pretty simple. We're really on the back of the gearbox here. I've got a nice straight. Sector 3, there's been an incident. Who is it? Can't see. I am surprised we're not passing.
That sounds like someone's gone wide
Ooh,
there.
Verstappen going wide.
Now. We're just watching the Red Bull.
Oh, he's dipped it into the gravel.
That's not ideal.
Dipped it into the gravel, and he's held up Joe, and Ricciardo is all over the back of Joe all of a sudden. And did we make it stick? No. And Norris hasn't passed the Haas either, so this isn't great, because Bottas is now only 0.2 seconds behind us. So I thought we were going to get him quite easily on the straight. I'm thinking we need to harvest while we're behind him.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Do a little bit of harvesting. Here we go. The difference between the last lap and this one is that we get ERS out of the corner too, which makes a big... Look at that. Look at the difference. Look at the difference, just with a bit of ERS. Balanced and standard.
And save fuel from...
Who the hell is that? Is that Russell? Oh, it's a back marker.
This is really good.
And this should help us to... Oh no, Bottas got past as well.
McLaren with a great overtake.
Oh, Bottas got past quite quickly too. That's good. That's disappointing. I was hoping he was going to get held up a little bit. But anyway, let's look at it from Ricciardo's point of view, because look at this. We have got Magnussen, Verstappen, Joe and Ricciardo all in a line. This is a royal mess. This is a royal messy situation. Magnussen causing chaos here. Not much we can do. I mean, Ricciardo's got full deployment, which is going to be very useful for him. But let's see let's see if we can make it. Let's see if we can do something with it. Let's just have a little bit of a play here. Let's see if we can do something. Let's have a quick look. Go with just regular deploy for now. Full pushing. Can we get past Joe? Full overtake now.
Okay.
Maybe get like a double slingshot. Come on.
Overtake.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Come on. Daniel. It's like a bloody rolling roadblock, is this?
Okay, use deploy.
Come on.
Okay, understood.
Okay, Leclerc's pitting on the hards, which means that Hamilton won't be far behind, which means Ocon wouldn't be far behind too. Yeah, this isn't working out too well for Daniel. He's just getting caught in a trap, to quote Elvis Presley. Norris, Bottas is getting there. It's just about a second. So we're in the phase of the race where things are just beginning to come alive a little bit. It's still not quite the high drama of the past races, but nonetheless, there's a little bit of drama. Hamilton in the pits, and out the pits and to a set of soft tyres, funnily enough. Leclerc out on softs. Ocon coming into the pits now. If he put softs on, it would be a very interesting situation, because those tyres...
Ocon has also pitted.
He's going to come out. Where is he coming out? He's coming out quite close to us and on a fresh set of softs. This is bad news. Okay, he's still got a little way to go. Ricciardo's been held up, you see, so this means that he's definitely at risk. Yeah, look at the gap there. That's nothing. So Ocon, fresh set of softs. This could be a masterstroke strategy here. Could be a masterstroke. What's Russell saying? Russell's still got to come in. So that's going to be 6th position. Interesting indeed. Doesn't look like it to me. Looks like we're too far back. But we've got a pretty decent speed differential here. Oh, he's lifted! Sounds like he lifted! Well, for that, we'll continue to push, because you got past. We'll let you off. What was he doing? I don't know, but he's got past.
Good job.
Very good job. Right, okay. Let's have a look at that one again, because that was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it? Bit of a strange one. It sounded like he lifted, but he still managed to get it done around the outside of the first left-hander of the chicane there, and made it stick. So that's all we can ask. That's all we can ask. He made it stick, and he's on his merry way. Will Joe get back past? We'll have to wait to see. But this is where the drama is now, because we have got Bottas and Verstappen actually all over the back of Norris, who has got a fuel issue right now. 17 laps to go. Can he save enough fuel on balanced? So we're low on ERS, we're low on fuel, which means defending is going to be quite tricky, unless we do quite a bit of management, which involves deploying down the straight for a little bit, and then harvesting in the corners, which I'm going to have to do now manually for 17 laps if we want to make this work. Yeah, he won't get us here. Not enough speed. And I can't do it with 2 cars, so we'll do it with our lead car here. And now we've got to go to harvest for the rest of the lap to give us enough
and recharge on
to use deploy again. And this will be the repetitive situation for the entirety of the rest of the race now. Harvest through the corners, and then deploy down that main straight. There's no other place really to pass on this track, so we're not overly concerned. We have enough life in the tyres to push too. So we'll push the tyres. We'll put the deploy on as we're coming around Rivazza, and that should be enough to help us defend here. We're hoping. Now, I'm not going to make you watch 17 laps of this, but that's the plan, and that's what I'm going to do. So we'll cut to when something happens. Either I get past or the race ends, because this is going to be quite intensive. So I'll show you it one more time, the strategy, just so you've got it firmly in your head. It's attack, or it's aggressive, deploy.
Okay, Lando, 100% pace, 100% pace.
Power down with a bit of deployment. Aggressive out the corner. Gives us just about enough breathing room, hopefully, to gap Bottas so that he won't pass us before the Tamburello chicane. And again, it looks like it is working.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
Okay, that was closer than I'd like.
Have recharge on,
We
please.
might just have to use defend rather than deploy, which gives us that extra bit of burst down the straight. Zoo's got Zoo has got
Focus on
Ricardo,
fuel now, please.
but we're focusing on our lead car here. So yeah. Okay, we'll watch it one more time. One more time before I cut away and spare you this agony of 16 laps. You probably want to watch it yourselves, to be honest with you, but I just can't keep the whole recording in. We're already an hour and 20, and I have to cut this down to a reasonable size. So, yes, I forgot to take him off pushing, but it doesn't matter. With the tyres, we'll take them off in the next lap, but it's not really doing too much because, yeah, Bottas all over the back of us like a rash, and we're going to go to full defend this time down the straight, which should give us a slightly bigger boost of ERS. Then deployment, or maybe not, or maybe he's going to get us this time. He's going to get us this time, I think. No, he's not. No, he's not. Good. Back to harvest and unstandard. And yeah,
recharge on.
Join me when I'm either knackered because I've done this for another 15 laps, or he passes us first. Okay, folks, this is just the next lap after I cut away, and Bottas is a bit closer this time. Is he close enough? It's this will be the rest of the video. Just you looking at the front end of Bottas every pit straight, but we've made it stick again. 13 laps to go.
Recharge on.
Yeah, all good.
Gasly's overtaken Ricardo too. Ricardo dropping back here as people come out on fresher tyres. Ocon has got the fresh softs on. Ricardo's going to drop even further back now. This isn't good. Maybe a long hard stint onto the softs seems to be the better option in terms of the tyre strategy, rather than the old medium hard. Okay, this is as close as Bottas has ever been. Lap 50. Maybe he was too close. He may have had to have lifted, you know. Oh no, this is looking very quick. This is looking very quick. But he's not going to get it done. Look at that. Well done, Lando. Back to harvest, back to standard. 12 laps to go. Okay, so the only other thing I got to worry about with Lando is this situation with the fuel, because the fuel situation isn't very good either. So we're having to use conserve. We use conserve in the twisty bits. So a lot of management required to get us to the end of this race. A lot of management required. But we're going to do it, folks, I'm telling you. By hook or by crook, we're going to do it. Oh, that's not actually too bad. 0.1. We might be able to get there in 11 laps unbalanced here. We might be able to do it. Bottas is close. Bottas is close. Full deployment. Attacking out of the corner. Or aggressive out of the corner. Oh, this is looking pretty grim now. Come on, Lando. Make your car wide, my son. Make your car nice and wide. We've got a bit of a train forming behind us, but we care not. Choo choo. Join along. Put your feet up in first class. Have a cup of tea. But whatever you do, you're not passing the lead carriage, are you? No, you're not. Oh, you see how close that was? We just about cut him off. But he's gonna pass us? No! No, he's not going to pass us. Oh, well done, Lando. Well done, Sonny Jim. Oh, that was close. But because of all his posturing, Verstappen's lost out to Guan Yu Zhou. Right, 9 laps, here we go. This is bloody Ted stuff, but 6th position would be quite an achievement.
Safe fuel from now.
Okay, here we go again. Bottas coming up fast. Coming up fast, but not fast enough. He's not going to pass from that angle, so another lap goes by and we're still ahead.
It's a good overtake from Alpine.
So Ricciardo's lost a position. So to Gasly, Ocon as well. Well, yeah, something's going on there. But yeah, we've got a nice little strategy going on with Lando. We've got quite a lot of you save quite a lot of ERS in harvest mode on this track because there's not that many straights, you see, so there's not a lot of deployment.
McLaren gain a position.
And Ricciardo's gone back past. I mean, I would love to watch this, but I don't want to get distracted, so I do apologise. But yeah, because
That's a position gained for AlphaTauri.
good grief. It's all kicking off between Gasly and Ricciardo here. But yeah, if we utilise a bit of deploy down that kind of back short straight with full attack on the tyres and then deployment on the straight of defend, we get a bit more of a secure, bit more of a secure gap. So that's the revised strategy for Lando here. Still concerned about the fuel, so we're just going to use a little bit of conserve in the early part of this lap where it's very difficult, next to impossible to pass, and then we'll back to balance it from around about halfway through the lap. Good grief. 5 laps to go, folks.
% pace.
Oh, Ocon's driven off! We saw it in the background. Don't be a damn safety car or anything, please.
And that's the lockup.
We saw it live in the background, folks. Ocon flying off the track. Great for Ricciardo. He's 1 place away from a point. Oh no! Oh.
We're now at P7 at the moment.
I don't believe it. 4 laps to go. But here we go. Back past. Back past. Come on! He's lifted again.
Overtake.
Why you lift?
6 laps to go.
Yeah, confirm.
Come on, come on, come on! We've got no deployment left though. Got no deployment left at all.
Okay, Lando, nice job.
We're going to be a sitting duck here for a
And
repass.
McLaren with a great overtake.
A sitting duck. Unless we make our car extremely wide. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
5 laps to go.
Come on now, Lando. Fight it. Fight it, Lando. Fight it. He has fought it. Bloody hell.
And recharge on, recharge on.
This is high drama here. Look at the train we are causing.
Pace, 100% pace.
Okay, full attack. Defend on the ERS. Oh, it's not looking good. Pull out.
So there are
Pull
4
out!
laps
Block
to
him!
go.
Oh, God.
It doesn't matter, doesn't matter.
Some kind of a yellow flag situation here.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
Oh, shut up. Don't rub it in. Oh,
I think someone's run wide.
Gasly's run wide. On turn 2. Ricciardo's still not passing though. Oh, that sucks. I don't think we're getting back past Bottas here. I think we've got to reset our filters and make sure that we don't lose track of another position. Don't lose another position here. But ERS is low.
Stay close.
We're going to be so close with the tyres here. So close with the tyres. Ah, block him. There. Why did you do that against Bottas, you fool? Round the outside though. Round the outside is at risk. Is at risk of round the outside.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Oh no. No.
Let's get back in the rhythm now.
Oh, this is painful.
And we can have recharge on, please.
Yeah, confirm.
I don't believe it. Oh, look at that. Verstappen cruises on past. Oh my god. Are we going to get any points today after all this effort? Oh.
Red Bull moved up.
Recharge off, please.
Confirm.
Never mind. He tried his best, didn't he? He tried. He fought valiantly. He fought valiantly, but the car doesn't have the pace, clearly, of the Alphas, and certainly not of Verstappen. As long as we just keep ahead of Gasly, we get DRS, of course, so that helps us. We don't have to mess around
This is
here.
the last lap.
Last lap, so we should get 9th. Aggressive for the last lap.
Maximum pace.
Confirm.
Okay, so we're coming around the last few corners here in what has been... Well, it started off as a very dull race, but it ended up quite a bit of drama, really, didn't it? But yeah, 9th and 11th. Sainz wins, Leclerc second, Perez is going to finish in third, Hamilton 4th, Alonso 5th, Bottas and Joe 6th and 7th, Verstappen
That is the checkered flag. So
making
we
his way
are
up to
on
8th.
lap.
Good effort, to be fair to him, on a track that's notoriously difficult here to overtake on. And Norris 9th.
Great job, mate. Great
A
job.
valiant fight to try to hold off these three, but ultimately didn't quite get there in the end. But still picked up a couple of points for McLaren, which is not a bad haul. Gasly in 10th. And Ricciardo just missing out on the points in 11th. Yeah, tough one, tough race. But I think this is still a damn good result. We've been spoilt with the strategy calls and the safety cars and things, bunting us probably higher up the field than we perhaps would normally be in a race like this where there's no major dramas. This is where we are pretty much on pace. So, yeah, you know what? We can't grumble. We've got upgrades coming. We'll see what happens. But ultimately, we've got points, and that is a good thing. Don't look happy.
And that's good enough work from Lando Norris this weekend. McLaren showed some good stuff here today.
Fastest lap, Charles Leclerc. So Carlos Sainz then, 4 on the spin. He is looking dominant, isn't he? Leclerc second, and the rest of them you can see filtering in behind. That's the drivers' standings, the constructors. Alfa Romeo, look at that, a nice points haul for them, has just lifted them above us in the constructors. We're down into 5th. As long as we finish 6th even, ahead of the, even if the Alpines finish ahead of us in the end, I'll be happy with that. But with the upgrades that we've got coming, I would like to finish no lower than 5th, let's be honest. I think that is our aim, to finish 5th. With the upgrades, we might even be able to push up to 4th, but let's not be greedy. 5th would be a very good season indeed. And of course, no driver bonuses today. It's like it's poison chalice, isn't it? You do well, your drivers take your money. Look at that. Now, isn't that music to our ears? Our front wing is done. I'm sure we must have some development points, right? No? Yeah, 1 development point for Lando Norris. I'll put that into something on the next session, which will be, I'll do a random select to see where that point's going to go. But let's see what the board think of our performance. They like it. They like it. And to consider that we've just upgraded the board room as well, that should earn us some brownie points, shouldn't it? Medium. Medium. They were delighted with the outcome at Imola, so that's pretty good. So yes, another successful race, I would say, and we now go on to a brand new circuit for 2022, Miami International. So yeah, 11 days, which means we will have both of our wings crafted. 1 for each driver, and let's have a look at when the floor's ready. That's probably ready for Barcelona, I would think, possibly, or even Monaco. Let's have a look at current projects. 22 days, fair enough. But as you saw, because we finished the front wing, we now can design a new project. What will that be? It'll be a rear wing, but we'll start that process again in the next session. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. It was a bit processional to start with, but we had a little bit of drama at the end. It was a tad bit disappointing considering we were up in 6th at one point with like 6-7 laps to go, but ultimately, as the board and the pit crew have highlighted, it's still a good result. They were cheering, the board are happy, so I suppose Potter should be happy, but there's just still that little diggly little kind of, we were that close. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, I'll see you soon.